My name is Mike and I'm the local McGraw-Hill rep for University of California, Irvine. The psychology department and my team collaborated to put together your course materials for the current quarter in Lifespan Development. Today I will be briefing you on Connect and SmartBook, where you'll be accessing your assignments during the semester. We're going to talk about some of the best practices for running the program. We'll get into the registration process and the resources available to you, specifically SmartBook. We'll also talk about purchasing options, the registration process, and wrap things up with technical support. To ensure the smoothest experience, I personally recommend running one of these three web browsers. If you have a Mac, Safari is fine. Beyond that, Firefox or Google Chrome come recommended. Please note that we ask you refrain from running Internet Explorer when accessing Connect, as Internet Explorer updates a bit too rapidly for McGraw-Hill and can result in an unuser-friendly experience. Connect is a software application, and like other applications, it has a tendency to get slowed down if there's too much space being taken up through their web browser. Please intermittently clean out the internet cookies and web browsing history to ensure ample room for the program to run. The course materials for this quarter are A Topical Approach to Lifespan Development, 8th edition by John Santrock. Please note that there is a national edition of this book that is available in the campus bookstore. Registration for Connect is pretty straightforward. Copy and paste the course-specific URL provided by your instructor into your web browser to begin creating your Connect account. Hit Enter and you'll be brought to the welcome screen, which you can see on your left. Go ahead and enter your UCI college student email and hit Begin. Next, you'll be brought to the screen where you see here, where you'll enter your first name, last name, security question, and password. Then hit Next Step. As I mentioned before, the bookstore does have the national version of the textbook available. If you plan on using the digital version, including the e-text, which is called SmartBook, and I will be explaining that later, you can purchase that directly from this portion of your web page. Maybe you work full-time, maybe you have a family at home, maybe you're not sure if you'll stick with the class. Whatever your situation in the meantime, McGraw-Hill will provide you with 2 weeks of courtesy access to Connect to access the e-text SmartBook for John Santrock's A Topical Approach. This will provide you access to the necessary resources, and at the end of those 2 weeks, you need to make a decision. You can purchase the access code or access the content via the print textbook. If you decide to purchase your digital course materials, this is a $90 cost, and there is no print text available if you go this route. Once you've made your selection, you are all set. Here's a snapshot of your home screen in Connect. For those of you that make the purchase of the all-digital offering for McGraw-Hill's Topical Approach, you have the option of acquiring the print text as an additional resource for an additional $25, which we will ship directly to you. I mentioned SmartBook earlier. SmartBook is a study tool designed by McGraw-Hill for student success. And SmartBook highlights what you specifically need to read, what you need to study, and what you need to learn to ensure every minute you spend in SmartBook is returned to you as the most value added, or what we call the most high impact minute possible. So what does all of this mean? LearnSmart is going to be asking you questions based on the learning objectives within each chapter. You'll see you have a question at the top, an answer set, and some might be multiple choice, some may be fill in the blank or true and false. LearnSmart is going to ask you to assign a confidence rating to your response. It just wants to know how confident you are. It is not an exam or a quiz and will not penalize you for answering incorrectly or being unsure. LearnSmart is then going to be recirculating these questions at the most opportune moments, and when you see that information again, it's more likely to move from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, where you can recall it during stressful moments such as during a quiz or an exam. Based on your performance in the LearnSmart module, SmartBook is now highlighting the corresponding passage in the embedded e-text. You'll note the passages here are highlighted in green and yellow. Passages that are highlighted in green mean go and you've mastered the concept. SmartBook is telling you to move on to the passages that are highlighted in yellow. Passages highlighting in yellow mean slow down. We'd like you to reread the passage you see, not necessarily the entire page. Answer a few more questions to build a greater foundation of the topic, and then it will in turn move to green, and then you can move on from there. Passages grayed out mean they are not tied to the questions in LearnSmart module. You can also turn off the highlighting features through the highlighter icon in the lower left-hand corner that you see here, if you would just like to simply read the digital version of the text. Thank you for your time. My final slide is on tech support. In the event you experience an issue in Connect or SmartBook, please give our customer care team a call at 800-331-5094 and note their hours. In the event the agent is not able to solve your issue or your issue reoccurs, you will be issued a case number. Please keep this and bring it to your instructor so the issue can be escalated for faster resolution. Thanks again for your time and best of luck in lifespan development.